Hello kids, I am Priyanka and I'm back again with my new chapter, Our Civilization 1. At first sight, it might seem the modern human beings are very lazy. Then they get almost all their work done by machine. In fact, machines are man extra limbs. Man had made their limbs to work for himself. Cranes are lifts are extra arms to do the lifting. Trains and motors can extra legs to do the job of walking and running. However, it is difficult to imagine that a man could take all the bothers of inventing machine to save himself the trouble of having to work. It is difficult to imagine that he had made extra limb for himself because of being too lazy to work. In fact, man is not lazy at all. He is most restless and energetic of all living creatures. Why then there has man taken the trouble of inventing so many devices that save him the labor of lifting, carrying, walking, running, remembering? The only answer seemed to be that these things bore him. They are not the things man really want to do. So he get machine to do things for him. Thus he can have more time and energy for things that he really wants to do. But what things? I cannot answer these questions without pointing out the bad parts of our civilization. However, that could not be fair to do without talking of the good part of first. We must praise a civilization for its good part. What are they? First and foremost, we have order and safety. If today I have a quarrel with another man, I don't get beaten simply because I am physically weaker and he can mock me down. I go to law and the law will decide as fair as it can between the two of us. Thus, in despite right was taken the place of might. However, law protect me from robbery and violence. Nobody can come and break into my house. Nobody can steal my good or run off with my children's. Of course, there are burglars, of course, but the law punishes them whatever it catches them. It is difficult for us to realize how much the safety means. Without safety, those higher activity of mankind which make its civilization could not go on. This inventors could not invent, the scientists could not find out, the artists could not make beautiful things. This order and safety, thus civilization is themselves, and things without civilization could be impossible. They are necessary to our civilization, and the air we breathe is to us. We have grown to use to them, and we do not notice them any more than we notice air. We are also largely free from the fear of pain. People still fall ill, but illness is no longer the terrible thing it used to be. Now we have anesthesias to kill the pain of operations. People still fall ill, but less often. If be healthy is not to be civilized, but unless we have good health, we cannot enjoy anything or achieve anything. No doubt there have been great men who have invalids. They did all the good work in spite of their ill health, but their work would have been still better if they had been good in their good health. Today, men and women not only enjoy better health, they live longer than they ever before. Third, our civilization is more secure than any of the previous civilization. This is because it is far more widely spread. Most of the previous civilization came to an end because they were surrounded by uncivilized people who broke it upon and destroyed them. That was the fate of Babylon and Assyria. That was the fate of Greece and Rome. The same thing happened over and over again in India and China. Now, whatever the danger which threatens our civilization is seemingly likely to escape this one. Previous civilizations were like an oasis in a surrounding desert of savagery. Sooner or later, the desert closed in and the oasis was no more. But today, it is the oasis which is spreading over the desert. The world has now for the first time a chance of becoming a single whole, a unity. So far as buying and selling and exchanging of goods are concerned, it is already a unity. The thing lying in the grocery shop, for example, have come from several countries. There are oranges from Brazil, dates from Africa, rice from India, and tea from China. No king, not even Solomon in his whole glory, could draw on such rich stories of varied produce as the modern housewife who can does all her shopping at grocer. The fact that these things come to us from all over the world make one thing very clear. It shows that all for the first time the world has become a single place. It is no longer a lot of separate places shut from one another. Thank you.